So CNBC posted an article last week outlining the pitfalls of the housing market in 2015. Basically stating, here's what can derail the housing market this year. Be warned. Now first, anytime the mainstream media posts something about housing or lending, you have to take it with a grain of salt. They try hard, but it's never all quite there, if you know what I mean. To be fair, we poked fun at Fox News as well a while back in one of our old spoof shows. RC will post the link if you missed it down below, it's pretty good. But back to the mainstream media story. CNBC states there are several headwinds that could derail the market in 2015. So what are they? Let's take a look. First and foremost, they point to tight credit, or in other words, strict underwriting guidelines. Now, I actually agree with this one, although to be fair, FHA did recently lower their monthly mortgage insurance premiums, making FHA that much more affordable. This is something to be shared, by the way. Lenders, I know you guys are all over this, but realtors, you guys need to step up your game and get this little bit of good news out. Your buyers' buying power and or affordability just received a nice but small little boost. And FHA isn't the only one getting in on the mix either. As you know, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac just lowered their minimum down payment requirements, now offering a 3% down option. Again, realtors, share this. This is really good news. Leverage it to cultivate new buyers. So while I agree that credit is too tight, it is starting to come back. Now we just need to loosen up the cost of compliance and that whole large deposit nightmare. So CNBC, your first point, while valid, kind of comes at an odd time when FHA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac just made very big moves to actually help the home buyer in 2015. They also point to pricey markets as a top headwind for 2015. Now they didn't really support this point of view with any real evidence, but to this I say yes. Home prices were inflated a bit when Blackstone and others came in and went on an Oprah housing spending spree and bought up entire neighborhoods, but that has since subsided and the markets and prices have returned to normal. I personally don't see home prices skyrocketing and then suddenly erasing home affordability, so I'm not sure on that one, CNBC. The first-time homebuyer market will really dictate this, and job growth has been increasing. Prices and home sales will be the big factor, and pushing them will be job growth and the millennial movement, who is now just coming of home buying age, 25 to 34. CNBC also points to low inventory and sagging income as to a headwind in 2015. To that, I say this: if by low inventory they mean we cycle through all the distressed sales, then great. Let's get back to normal. I mean, let's clean up all this excess inventory, even if that means lower inventory. Those distressed sales are a wild card in any market, and if I know one thing about any type of market, they don't like wild cards and they certainly don't like uncertainty. And hey guys, let's not forget the ultimate trump card. Interest rates have turned into Rocky Balboa and fought against all odds to stay low. I mean, really, the fact that they are this low still is insane, and we should all be capitalizing on this. Remember, we won't always have access to cheap money. You know something else I like to ask myself sometimes? What if right now, today, right now, this moment is the very best time of your life? Meaning, what would you do differently if you had your entire life on a DVD and you could view it all? And you skip to the year 2015 and you can see everything that's already happened, and you can see everything that's about to happen to you. And 2015, right now, ends up being your very best year in all your years, personally and professionally. What if you knew that? What would you be doing differently to capitalize on it? And what would you be doing differently to enjoy it? It's a good question, and the problem is, you never know. Is this the year that I cap out and sell the most homes or close the most loans? You never know, but what if you did? You would certainly be tweaking things. And to that, I say act as if. Act as if it were. Don't wait for a better day. For all you know, it could already be here. Certainly don't like uncertainty. Does that make sense?